All right, so now we're going to hit the last part of our torso lectures and drawings here, and that's with the rhombus, or the rhomboids actually, the rhombus minor and major, and we're going to combine the two, and then the infraspinatus muscle, and then the Teres Major muscle. They'll make up the little muscles you'll see in the little open triangle that the trapezius and deltoid and the lat leave open. So let's add them really quickly. Let's add just the outline of the trapezius. So remember, it will come from the neck and sheath over, attached to the clavicle like that. This will be kind of well developed. Here and over, in through here, that medial third, over and through here, then along, remember the scapula, spine in through here, overlap, right, a little through here. Okay, come this way a little bit, come down, overlap here, come down, right, then come across here, come across, and then open up to about the 12th spinous process area. Actually a little bit lower. Not quite as low, not quite 12 either. Run in through there a little bit. And then we'll have our trapezius muscle right in through here. And then of course the lat underneath it, getting covered up, getting covered up by the trapezius, but also covering up a little bit of this under part of the scapulae in through here. We know that, right? Coming up and under, right? And underneath the humerus and attaching on the front side of the tubercle through here. And coming down and through, opening up very large, that cape-like quality, right? We remember that, so we'll come over here, attach them through here. It gets thinner, it gets tendinous here as it attaches. Come down through and over, right? So bring this over nicely. Bring this over nicely. Get some of that serratus interior kind of feeling to the bulging out with a little bit of the ribs and through here. Then come on down, then attach further down inside a little bit, slightly more medial. Of course the oblique will be on the outside. Here a little bit of a split between the two. The crests and then across, and then of course down. So we have that. Now, so we have the trapezius, and then the last is the deltoid. So the deltoid will come here in downward and attach over through here, okay, like so. Then it come across and be sheathed over now, and we'll get our deltoid shoulder in here. So what that creates is this little sliver right inside there, this little triangle right in through there. We'll just call that the shoulder triangle. For now, I think that'll be nice. So the deltoid is here, this muscle here. And there are 3 of those heads. We'll get into the deltoid when we get into the upper arm extremity at a later date. But we're creating this triangle right in through here. So the same thing now on the other side, in through here. Deltoid. It comes over and through here and downward. So we have this downward trending muscle. Over. Right in through. All right, so now we have our triangle. Right in through, trapezius coming over, over a little bit and through, and now we have this triangle window open. So what I've done here, we're going to put them here and in our larger bone structure over here, so we can see them both kind of more up close a little bit too as well. All right, so let's talk about now the first muscle. Let's talk about the rhombus major and the minor. We're going to group them together. Just remember that the minor is on top and the major is on bottom. And they look like a rhomboid shape. So the major is about right here, the minor is about right here. It's smaller than, but they both look like a rhombus shape. So we're going to group them all together. And it doesn't go any higher really than the spine of the scapula. Attaches to roughly C7, Nuchal Ligament coming down, this ligament that attaches from the nuchal area, occipital area of the back of the head. Is a ligament in through here. That's important. Coming down, and they attach roughly around C7, or at C7, all the way down to about T 1, 2, 3, 4, T5 in through here. So thoracic spinous process area number 5. And so we have them on both sides. So attaching through here, minor here in major. Okay, underneath here, and they make this kind of folded accordion kind of feeling to it as well. So this is the Rhombus Major. Now these don't show up all the time. As a matter of fact, if the model is not well developed, they're not going to show up much, but they will emerge a little bit at times in this triangle, and they can emerge on the model if they're really well developed, bodybuilder type, feeling to it. So that can happen as well. So those are the rhomboid muscles. Okay, minor at top, major at the bottom here. Okay, attaching through tendon and ponderoses in through here. So we'll kind of just define these a little further. And so if we came over here now with it, we don't have too much camera space, but we have enough. So we can come out here, attaching against the scapulae, this edge plane here, major here, right? So we're going in this direction, okay? And then the minor here, roughly here, coming up. Major can be a little bit higher, minor here. And they're going again to T5 all the way up to C7, cervical vertebrae number 7. That really strong one that comes out there. So there we have it. And of course the trapezius now goes on top of that. But we're pushing it back so we can see the other muscles underneath. Now the next muscle that can be shown is the infraspinatus muscle. So let's do it over here first, and then we'll come over. The infraspinatus kind of looks like this. It looks like, to me, in the United States we have candy corn. We give out during Halloween. And it kind of looks like this. It's kind of orange and yellow, and it looks just like this little triangular kind of shape, and it has a little thickness to it like that. That's kind of what it reminds me of a little bit. And it sits in this fossa area. This is called the Infraspinatus Fossa. It fits nicely in this little groove in through here, right in through here. Then it comes around and over and attaches itself right over here to the side on the tubercle. Right there. The infraspinatus muscle. Right in through there. And it's fairly muscular here, and then it gets in to tendon as we get closer to the tubercle. So we can make it feel like this. Coming through. I'll blend this out a little bit. Now I'll come back and hit its striations a little bit stronger so you can see it. There we go, coming through. And pulling through, so this helps to stabilize the scapula, but also helps for lateral motion, just pulling the whole thing back a little bit as well. So the infraspinatus, and you'll see it now pop in if we do it over here. Okay, sits in that fossa right in through here. Okay, it's not all the way down, a little bit less than that. Then coming around and over, sitting in that fossa, and then moving over and connecting to right in here on that tubercle on the side of here, just like so, like that. So we have that moving over. Go and get this a little bit darker and tighter. Push that over now a little bit. There we go. So we have that window right in through here, and I'm going to make it more green where that window is, right in through here, so we can remember to see that triangular sort of shoulder back window where these muscles can come out and show right in through there. And so we'll put the infraspinatus muscle now on the other side here. So sitting in that fossa area, right in through here, up to the underneath part of the spine of the scapula, where so many muscles work. The scapula is a wonderful bone. It really is a hard-working bone. So much going on, and coming over, sheathing over, and then attaching over here to the edge, coming back through, and on down and over to about right in through there. There we go. And we'll work this over. This is underneath the deltoid now. Just remember that the deltoid is on top. So we see this little window underneath. There we go. So I'm just going to mark it now in the window, or in the little window area. So this is the deltoid shadow here being cast onto it. This is the trapezius, remember, the latissimus right in through here. Okay, attaching underneath, so we have a little shadow there. We'd see that. Make that nice strong edge here, okay? And then of course we have the trapezius here coming over the scapula a little bit here in the corner there, so we get a little shadow here, a little diagrammatic, okay, right in through there. There we go. And so a little bit different from this one, just to show you the difference, right in through there, right? And then we get now the infraspinatus, which showed through a little bit, right in through here. There we go. Like so. A little bit stronger cast shadow there to see that. Right in that little window area, we can get some movement there. And then, of course, we'll just straighten this up a little bit so we have that showing through. Okay. Now, on to our last muscle form of the torso, the teres major. It topically, right underneath underneath the infraspinatus, but right on top of the latissimus dorsi, right in through here, okay, lap here. And they groove kind of together. But the teres major is here, and it can be well developed I'm going to make it black here in the model. So as it comes over, it sheaths over under here, and it also attaches up behind and to the front of the tubercle of the humerus. So here we have the teres major right in through here, and it can be well developed at times. If you can think of it as the top of the lat a little bit, just in drawing, not necessarily medically, but think of it as the top of the lat. And what you'll notice is you'll see at that very top, if you see this little kind of horned sort of bulge, it's kind of a flatter muscle with a little bit of tube-like quality to it. It will begin to pop out and show for you. Also, this creates right in through here where the scapula ends a little bit of protrusion anatomically. You'll see that on models. So you get see shadow right in through here, which is kind of nice in this area. You'll see that show up on the model quite a bit underneath the scapula. Okay, so the teres major now, just showing through the window would be here. Okay, attaching on that scapula, coming over underneath the infraspinatus or below it, and then right on top of the lat. And it attaches, remember, it attaches on the same side as the latissimus. It does. Latissimus dorsi, so it can come across these teres major a little bit right in through there. Trapezius here. Ponderosis downward. Give that a little bit of bulk to it. A little bit. There we go. Latissimus bulk. Run it through there. And then finally over here, the Teres Major over through here, attaching underneath the infraspinatus. The lat would be right here. Remember, coming over and attaching in the front tubercle part into here and downward, right? And so this would sit on top of it and somewhat underneath, covered up by the lat and over, right? And then going to attach again to its front section of the tubercle out through here. So I'll make it a little bit more brown through here. And it gets tendinous as it gets closer to the tubercle connection, obviously. They all have to be tendinous to connect to muscle to bone. Ligament is bone to bone, and tendon is muscle to bone. There we go. Put those two kind of bulgy together, right in through there. Let me get this little shadow underneath coming out that bone, that little thickness through here. So make your own diagrams, make your own to learn. Take mine, take anybody else's you like, and keep making them. Keep making them quite a bit. So there you go. You have now that triangular window that we've been talking about in the back. Really important to see this last part. So, and it opens up again because the deltoid head, the back, this back head, thoracic head, suppose, the trapezius coming down over the scapula, a little bit right in through here, and then the lat. Remember, here it is. We drew a little bit through, coming up, and over here, coming up through. Will come up and cover this right up in through here. I'll take that out. Right in through there and actually over a little bit further. More like that. There we go. And open up that triangular window for us to see the Teres Major, the Infraspinatus, right, and a little peeking into the rhomboid, just a little, right in through there. Not a whole lot. They could bulge out with the trapezius at times, and of course we have the Sacral Spinalis. Remember those wonderful muscles attaching here, like stalks to every rib. Intercostalis muscle coming down, right? Remember those. We can't forget. Get our friends here. We'll just kind of remember to put these back on, right in through there. Iliocostalis, right? Longissimus through here, coming down, and then of course the spinalis, the thoracic part of the spinalis, roughly right in through here. And then sometimes you get a little bit of this, the spinous processes that show through in this area too. It's nice. Okay, well there you go. All right, so that is the rhomboid, Teres Major, and the infraspinatus triangle. All right. Okay, I'll see you next time.